Breaking news, legendary professional wrestler Hulk Hogan has died.
This morning, the country received the devastating news that Terry Bollea, better known as Hulk Hogan, died at the age of 71.
All right, we are following some breaking news now. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died.
Hulk Hogan slammed giants, made Stallone wince, and turned his broken family into reality TV gold. But behind his iconic mustache and 24-inch pythons lies a story far more outrageous, heartbreaking, and jaw-dropping than anything seen in the ring. What if I told you this so-called American hero was almost Metallica's bassist, then nearly erased from history after a racist rant? That the man who inspired generations once contemplated suicide and was brought back from the edge by a child's words? That he took down an entire media empire in a courtroom, body-slammed Hollywood stuntmen into the hospital, and died just days after another global icon? This isn't just a tribute. This is a roller coaster through the madness, the myth, and the mayhem that was Hulk Hogan. So lace up your boots, brother, because the next 10 facts will change everything you thought you knew about the man behind Hulkamania. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let's tear the shirt off this legend, fact by fact. Number 1. From bass strings to wrestling rings, the rock star who became a legend. Before Hulkamania took over the world, Terry Bollea's dreams were laced with music, not muscles. Growing up in Tampa, Florida, Hogan wasn't chasing suplexes. He was chasing guitar solos. A die-hard rocker with long hair and a bass guitar, he played in a hard-hitting band called Ruckus. They were tight, loud, and nearly signed to tour with acts like Mother's Finest. But fate had other plans. Wrestlers began showing up at his gigs, impressed by his colossal size and commanding presence. One of them, Jack Briscoe, offered him a shot at wrestling. What happened next? A snapped leg in training. But Hogan didn't back down. He returned 4 months later, more determined than ever. The stage lights were replaced with arena spotlights. His music dream was over, but a legend was just beginning. The transformation from a shy bassist to a global wrestling icon had officially started. Number 2. The Birth of Hulkamania. How one slam shook the world. 1984 wasn't just a great year for wrestling. It was the birth of a revolution. Hulk Hogan, standing tall at 6 feet 7 inches and weighing over 300 pounds, faced off against the Iron Sheik in Madison Square Garden. He wasn't even supposed to be in the match, a last-minute substitute. But what unfolded would forever redefine the sport. Hogan became the first to escape the Iron Sheik's deadly camel clutch, clinching the WWF Championship. That victory didn't just earn him a belt, it earned him the hearts of millions. Hulkamania was born that night. Yellow tights, red bandanas, and "What you gonna do, brother?" became cultural anthems. The crowd roared, and the world never looked back. Wrestling wasn't just a niche sport anymore, it was prime-time entertainment. Hogan didn't just win a match, he launched a movement. And from that point on, every slam he delivered sent shockwaves far beyond the ring. Number 3. The giant slam heard round the world. WrestleMania 3 wasn't just a wrestling event, it was a spectacle that echoed across history. In 1987, over 93,000 fans packed the Pontiac Silverdome to witness the unthinkable: Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Andre, a 7 feet 4 inches, 500-pound behemoth, was thought to be literally unbeatable. No one had ever body-slammed him until Hogan. With pure adrenaline and a crowd that shook the foundations, Hogan lifted Andre off his feet and slammed him to the mat. The stadium erupted. History had been made. Hogan's leg drop sealed the win, but the body slam, oh, that slam, became the defining moment of an entire era. It wasn't just strength. It was storytelling, drama, and mythology colliding in one iconic move. From that night, Hulk Hogan was no longer just a superstar. He became a legend who did the impossible. in front of the largest wrestling crowd the world had ever seen. Number 4. From hero to villain, the shocking turn that changed wrestling forever. In 1996, Hulk Hogan did the unthinkable. He turned heel. The golden boy of wrestling, the face of righteousness, tore apart his red and yellow persona to become the villainous leader of the New World Order, NWO. The moment stunned the wrestling world. Fans booed, children cried, chairs flew into the ring. Hogan, who had inspired millions as a hero, now embraced darkness. Alongside Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, he dismantled the line between good and evil in wrestling. The result? Chaos and record-breaking ratings. The NWO changed wrestling forever, ushering in the Attitude Era and a gritty realism never seen before. Hogan, once the flag-bearer of clean-cut Americana, was now Hollywood Hogan cocky, manipulative, and magnetic. This wasn't just a character twist. It was a revolution that saved WCW from collapse and reminded the world that even icons have shadows. And Hogan's shadow loomed large. Did this heel turn blow your mind too? Drop a comment below with your reaction and smash that like button if you remember where you were the day Hulk Hogan turned to the dark side. Number 5. Rocky III Mayhem, the role that hospitalized 3 men. When Hogan appeared in Rocky III as Thunder Lips, he didn't just steal scenes, he nearly broke bones, literally. His first big screen moment alongside Sylvester Stallone became a behind-the-scenes nightmare. During filming, Hogan's sheer power overwhelmed Hollywood's stuntmen. 3 of them ended up hospitalized. Even Stallone admitted the pain was unforgettable. Hogan's flying shin crashed into his collarbone like a tree falling on a cabin. "I've never felt such a hit before," Stallone later confessed. The role of Thunder Lips was meant to be exaggerated, flamboyant, over the top. What no one expected was just how real Hogan would make it. The performance was unforgettable, but the bruises were very real. It was the perfect preview of the force Hogan would become. Not just in wrestling, but in mainstream entertainment. The movie introduced him to millions outside the ring. And those few minutes on screen proved Hulk Hogan was a one-man wrecking crew. Number 6. The $140 million sex tape scandal that destroyed Gawker. In 2012, Hulk Hogan's career took a scandalous detour that would change internet law forever. A sex tape of Hogan and Heather Clem, wife of his best friend, was leaked and published by Gawker Media. But this wasn't just tabloid gossip. The fallout turned into one of the most dramatic legal battles in American media history. Hogan sued Gawker for $100 million, claiming invasion of privacy. Backed by billionaire Peter Thiel, who had his own grudge with Gawker, the lawsuit snowballed. The result? A jaw-dropping $140 million verdict in Hogan's favor. Gawker folded. Internet history was made. Hogan didn't just win money, he set a new legal precedent. The irony? The same man who had once torn shirts and ripped through steel cages was now at the center of a quiet courtroom war. And just like in the ring, Hogan left his opponent flat on the mat. Number 7. When Hulk Hogan faced his darkest hour and almost gave up. Behind the muscles and charisma was a man on the edge. In the late 2000s, Hogan's life crumbled. His marriage ended, his reality show Hogan Knows Best was canceled, and his son Nick was imprisoned for a drunk driving crash that left a friend brain damaged. The weight of it all pushed Hogan to a terrifying place. He contemplated suicide. "I was done," he admitted in a haunting interview. But fate had a different plan. On New Year's Eve, a child ran up to him and said, "You're the father I never had." In that moment, Hogan snapped back to life. The man who'd inspired millions in the ring found himself saved by a fan. It was a moment of raw vulnerability, reminding the world that even icons break. But like every wrestling comeback, Hogan rose again. This time not with a leg drop, but with a will to live. Number 8. The Fall from Grace. Racist Rant, WWE Ban, and Redemption. In 2015, a bombshell dropped. Audio recordings of Hulk Hogan spewing racist slurs surfaced online. The wrestling world recoiled. WWE immediately severed ties, pulled his Hall of Fame status, and erased him from official content. The backlash was swift and brutal. Hogan, once hailed as the face of American wrestling, had become toxic. He apologized publicly, calling it the biggest mistake of my life. But the damage was done. Fans were divided, some outraged, others forgiving. After 3 years in exile, WWE cautiously reinstated him in 2018, sparking fresh debate. Could a man so central to wrestling's history ever truly be erased? The controversy still hangs over his legacy like a shadow. Hogan may have body-slammed giants, but this scandal nearly crushed him. Redemption, if real, came at a steep price. For many, the question remains, can you separate the hero from the human beneath the bandana? Number 9. The final match and the end of Hulkamania. SummerSlam 2006 marked the end of an era. Hogan, then 53, faced Randy Orton, young, ruthless, and eager to end a legend. Dubbed Legend vs. Legend Killer, the match was more than hype. Orton attacked Hogan's injured knee, mocked his age, and even flirted with his daughter Brooke. But the Hulkster refused to go out quietly. With the crowd roaring, he powered through the pain, landed the big boot, dropped the leg, and pinned Orton. It was Hogan's last WWE match. No fanfare, no farewell tour. Just a gritty, old-school battle, proving the legend still had gas left in the tank. Afterward, Hogan clashed with Vince McMahon over money and quietly stepped away. Hulkamania didn't die with a bang. It walked away, bruised but proud. Hogan's final match wasn't about glory, it was about legacy. And he made damn sure the legend wouldn't go out lying down. If you still believe in the power of the red and yellow, comment Hulkamania below and let the legacy live on. Number 10. The final curtain call. Hulk Hogan dies at 71. On July 24th, 2025, the world lost a titan. Hulk Hogan, born Terry Gene Bollea, died of cardiac arrest at his Clearwater, Florida home. Emergency services arrived too late. The wrestling world stood still. WWE issued a statement honoring the man who helped build their empire. For millions, Hogan wasn't just a wrestler, he was the wrestler. From body-slamming giants to shaping pop culture, he turned wrestling into global theater. But his death came just days after the passing of another icon, Ozzy Osbourne, amplifying the sense of finality. Hogan's life was a thunderstorm of glory, scandal, resilience, and reinvention. Love him or loathe him, you couldn't ignore him. At 71, the voice that once roared, "What you gonna do, brother?" fell silent, but its echo will live forever. The curtain may have closed, but the legend of Hulk Hogan remains immortal. From a bass-playing dreamer in Florida to the most polarizing figure in wrestling history, Hulk Hogan's life has been one long, explosive match, filled with fame, failure, betrayal, and redemption. He wasn't perfect, he wasn't clean, but damn, he was unforgettable. He body-slammed Andre the Giant in front of 93,000 people. He shocked the world with a heel turn that redefined wrestling. He battled divorce, disgrace, and death rumors and still came back swinging. Until the day he didn't. Now, the yellow bandana rests. The voice that shouted, "What you gonna do, brother?" has fallen silent. But Hogan's legacy? It's louder than ever. Because legends don't fade, they echo. So tell us in the comments, which of these facts blew your mind the most? And if you want more untold stories of the legends of the world, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Because Hulk Hogan may be gone, but Hulkamania? That lives forever.